Hey guys, I'm back. I had to let the train pass because you would not have been able to hear me. It's very loud. So, look, I want to talk to you guys just for a quick moment about the cycle of life. You know, I always have my opinions, my thoughts. Sometimes they're relatable, sometimes you might think I'm crazy. But the cycle of life. So, I believe that life follows a pattern. And what I mean by that is I think that if we just live and let live, just live our lives and let whatever come our way, we don't really take control of our situation, we just kind of live. I think that if we do that when we look back at our situation, we will realize how our life followed a pattern. And this is what I mean. So, hey Tracy, how are you this morning? I'm just sharing some crazy thoughts I'm having this morning. So, about the cycle of life. So, my mother was 32 years old when she had me. She had 3 boys and 1 girl. Good morning, Diane. I was 32 when I gave birth to my daughter. I also had 3 boys and 1 girl. So my mother got pregnant for the first time when she was 17, and so did I. We both got pregnant in January. We both gave birth in October. She had her first child October 10th. I had my first child October 20th. Just similarities. If you think about it and you look back, you'll see how your life followed a pattern. So when I discovered this, I was probably somewhere in my late 20s. So I decided that the person that shared this with me told me that life follows a pattern unless you make a conscious effort to change the pattern. So you have to recognize that it's going to follow a pattern and say to yourself, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to try something different. One of the things that I did in efforts to do that was to get married because that is kind of not what was in my plan. Not something I had grown up with, a mother and father couple raising me. I didn't grow up that way. I didn't have a dad. So, good morning, Ebony. How are you this morning? So, I'm looking regular because people say I never look regular. I mean, like toe up. That's what I call it. Wake up. This is how I look when I wake up. I'm still cute, whatever. Just because I don't have hair flowing everywhere. Okay, so life follows a pattern unless you make a conscious effort to change it. So if you look back and you kind of see where your life has followed a pattern similar to your parents or grandparents or what have you, and it's our jobs not to judge them, but to take all of their good and use it and then fix the rest and make it better so that every generation gets better and better. Okay? Makes sense, right? Okay, so make a conscious effort to change your pattern. If you see yourself, my mother took care of kids, I take care of kids. And I saw myself as a CEO somewhere, some corporation, whatever, but it never worked out that way, and it's not my passion, it's not my gift. The problem is that, good morning, Angela. The problem is that we don't do the thing that is in line with our gift. We do the thing that maybe is most convenient or that thing that pays the most, and then we struggle with it and we wonder why, because we're not doing that thing that is in line with our gift. It's natural, and it usually runs in the family, like everybody in the family is good at that thing. So if we would capitalize on that, let everybody do what they're good at and what comes natural, and some kind of way develop that into a profitable business, then that's how we start building legacies. We have to do that thing that we would probably do for free. You know what I mean? We would probably be doing it anyway. And something different for everybody. I would be taking care of people's kids and taking care of people and loving on them and talking to them and encouraging them and motivating them and having my long ride speeches, which everybody who has ever had a long ride speech with me, I know if my nephew's still on here, he's had a few, but that's where I do my best counseling, is on long rides. And usually it's because people can't escape. You know, I can hit them hard with the hard truth, and they can't get away from it when we're in the car. So what I'm trying to tell you is align your money-making endeavors with your gifts. Find a way to take those things that you all are good at and put them together to have something going on for you and your family that you can be proud of. So, like I was saying, that one of the things that I did to try to change my pattern was to get married. Another thing I did to try to change my pattern was to go to college a little bit, a very little bit. I tried. I just didn't have the money. But anyway, stay together as a family, guys. Work together as a family. You know, that's what I'm going to be preaching to you. That's really going to be my motivation to you from one day to the next. With whatever I'm talking about. I know I said I was going to do a live and tell you guys about Boys and Girls Club and how that all worked out. As a matter of fact, since I got some people on here with me now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this now. Why not? So the reason why I am so big on people being entrepreneurs and owning their own businesses, one of the reasons. I've actually always felt that way. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 10 years old. Kid you not. Legal entrepreneur. Legally, guys. So this is the deal. When I was about 10, I went to my mom and I asked her for some money, and she asked me what I needed it for. Of course, that's what you do with your 10-year-old. But I was so biggity and arrogant that I didn't want nobody to ask me what I wanted, you know, what I need the money for. Just give it to me. So since that didn't work, I decided I was going to make my own money. Now, actually, long before that, when I was in kindergarten at Silver City, they had young ladies who, like, were in 6th grade that they would allow to work in the office with Miss Gladys. And I thought it was a real job, so I actually went and applied for that job when I was in kindergarten. Anyway, okay, back to 10 years old. So I started going door to door in my neighborhood and asking people if I could do small things in their homes for money. And I managed to make me about $10 to $15 every Saturday. And that was my money to do what I wanted to do with it. And nobody had to, you know, be asking me questions about what. 10, yeah. When I was about 15, I lied about my age and applied for a job at Sambo's. Remember that? Sambo's restaurant in Alexandria? The most prejudiced place, of course, is named Sambo's. Anyway, I was, I guess, sexually abused, or not physically, but you know, with men constantly trying to get at me. I was 15. I know nothing about no sex. But anyway, that was a kind of a common thing as I grew up with that kind of stuff happening. I got lots of stories to tell about being approached and being attacked and being cornered and being neighbors trying to pimp me out to their friends. Lots of stories. Anywho, right now we're talking about being entrepreneurs, you know, and why it's so important for you guys to work for yourselves. Okay, let me get back on track. Hold on, guys. I gotta come back to you. I gotta come back. Hold on. I'll be back.